Hey everyone, this is Dr. Daphne here at HealthFit, and in this video we're going to cover a different part of the hip today, and that's going to be the back part of your hip. Literally, pain in my butt. Anyway, so if you're feeling that pain in the back of your hip, let's kind of take a look at what could be going on. There's a lot of muscles there, right? So you have your glutes, you have your glute under your glute, there's like 2 or 3 of them. There's your deep 6 rotators that kind of go underneath the glute there, and all of that kind of encompasses what your hip is made out of. So for example, if you're studying for a long period of time at work, then you're gonna know that you're staying still for a long period of time and your hip's gonna be not moving, right? So if you're finding that you're having some hip pain, let's say maybe it's in the top here, close to where the hip meets your spine, or kind of in the middle of your glute, or maybe kind of a little bit lower where your hip meets your thigh, chances are something in there is tight and not moving as well. Some people with the back of the hip pain might feel some leg pain as well. It's something to notice or tingling, or maybe it's just like a pulling sensation down the leg, right? That tells you that there's something going on in that hip that involves tightness, but also maybe a lack of strength somewhere. So the way the hip works, you got a lot of range here, like a full 360, right? With a lot of movement requires a lot of control. So control from the hip comes from your core, comes from the sides of your hip, and from the back of your hip, also a bit of the thigh, but the idea is that your foundation is in this core, the core of your body, the center of your body, right? If this doesn't move well, then your hip doesn't move well, and nothing else moves well, really. So you want to make sure that your core is really nice and solid, okay? That way, when you have a good center here, your hip will be centered as well, and then you're going to be able to have that full range of motion, and your legs are going to be able to use the right muscles to work the right way. However, when some of these things are out of balance, usually what happens is that some muscles will be overactive more than others, and you're going to find some muscles are supposed to be overworking when they're not supposed to be, and that's when pain really starts. It's when there's an imbalance of strength in one area or a lack of activation in somewhere else that's causing that hip pain. So the idea is what you can try here. So I'm going to take my seat. I should stop. Just leave this in the picture here. I'm going to take my seat, and I'm going to see how it feels to stretch out my hip. So if you're at your desk, you can do this. You can cross your leg over and then tilt your body forward like this. Okay, I'm gonna turn this way. So same thing, you're gonna have one leg crossed, sit tall, and then tip forward, try to bend at your hip. You don't wanna bend like this, okay? So keep your body straight. You should feel a pretty good stretch in the back of your hip. It should be comfortable. However, this is painful. Something tells you that something else is going on there, right? And if you're having that pain, possibly one way is to strengthen your glutes. So things like, squats, hip thrusters, things like that. However, if you're still finding that you're having issues in the hip after doing some glute strengthening, after doing some core strengthening, then chances are we may need to take a deeper look and see what else is going on in your hip. So guys, if you have any questions or any comments about the things that we just went over, leave a comment down below or give us a call. We're happy to help. Just remember that your hips don't lie, and to keep moving, keep walking around, and keep stretching to create that space and see what happens. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and have a great day. Goodbye.